Across Canada, concerns are growing about how we're protecting people who are experiencing homelessness. In Toronto, 1,200 hotel rooms have been made available for people to stay at a safe physical distance. Another 350 beds are being made available at community centres. But so far, only 313 people have moved out of shelters and into these rooms. Joining me now is Kathy Crow, who is a street nurse and homeless advocate. Kathy, thanks for joining us this morning.
Thank you. Good morning.
Why so few people at this point, 313 people? With all this access to these rooms, how come we don't see more people in these rooms?
Yeah, we know that it's a logistical challenge, but we're asking the same question. This needs to be rolled out like a military operation. We need people drastically moved in quickly, and we need way more rooms as well. We've got people now stuck in large shelters ranging from 100 to 200 people in one physical space, and it's just not safe.
We did reach out to City of Toronto officials. I'll read a portion of the response from officials. They say, "We are working 24/7 with our partners to get the necessary staff, health and food resources needed to support our clients in hotels and community centres in order to create more physical distancing of 6 feet between beds in the new spaces and spaces for isolation as needed." So walk me through the support that needs to be in place before you can actually move somebody.
Well, you know, they can call the Red Cross to help if they're that short-staffed, but essentially city shelter staff and community operators like Salvation Army and other community groups run shelters. If you move 100 or 200 people out of a shelter, some of those staff can go there as well to operate it in their normal function. So, you know, I don't quite buy that argument. We've seen quicker operations in other disaster zones across the country when we've seen flooding or mass fires, and this has to be really dealt with with the same speed.
What about Edmonton? Cities like Edmonton and Calgary, they've been turning convention centres into homeless shelters. How do you feel about how they're approaching this? Kathy, you still there?
They're going to risk a lot of viral spread. I wouldn't feel safe sleeping in a place like that, and I'm sure you wouldn't as well. That's okay if there's been a fire somewhere and you need to put people in a safe location. That's not okay in a pandemic.
From the people that you're speaking with, you know, we've talked a lot about mental health and making sure that everybody is also focusing on that during this pandemic. How are people feeling right now?
I think they're feeling anxious. They're afraid. I think workers are as well. People don't have masks. Shelter workers don't have enough PPE. Homeless people have not been suddenly given a supply of cloth masks like is happening at the rest of the population. The message is social distance, physical distance, be 6 feet away. And, you know, you've got somebody on a cot 2 feet away from you in a shelter coughing. There may be a stranger. You don't even know them. So it's very, very stressful.
Kathy Crow, we appreciate your time this morning and highlighting this very important issue. Thanks so much.
Thanks for watching. If you like this, be sure to subscribe here.
And you can check out more Your Morning videos right here.